A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel, the Twin Flame Union. In this channeling session, I would be sharing a union channeling. What is a union channeling? So basically, where the masculine and the feminine are going through the same feeling, but it is not a negative feeling. It is not a positive feeling, but it is a lesson. It is a lesson that advances them in the journey. It's a permanent lesson. Once they learn this lesson, even if by chance they get into a subtle dark night or even a hardcore dark night, like it can happen sometimes, they will remember the lesson and they would be able to snap back much faster. Okay. There are certain lessons that take us to union, and they can only happen with practical experience and when two people have gone through certain cycles together, and after going through those cycles that have repeated, and they've felt like, no, I cannot do this is not happening for me, this person is not for me, then only they realize that I think, or they are sure that this is the one for me. So they've tried everything, basically everything they have tried, by trying to forget the person, by drowning in their work, by not thinking about them, by just removing them from everywhere, from their life. Now this happens in karmic templates also, let me be very clear, so do not confuse it with that. In karmic templates you don't grow, it's just a wastage of time you feel at the end of it. The only lesson you learn is that, okay, this is not healthy, and next relationship or whosoever it is, I am not going to repeat it. Because if I repeat it, it's just a wastage of time, everyone's time. You also realize that karmic relationships are like addictions, bad addictions, they need to go. In the twin flame dynamic, both these people, they realize after trial and error, after everything, that there is no other person meant for me, and instead of wasting my time on anybody else, I might as well waste it on this person. So this person had made them happy and sad, both. But then they realize that relationship is not about happy and sad. Why this channeling is also very interesting is because it was being sent to me couple of times, many times. So many times that the amount of time I went through this channeling, it's bizarre. Initially I thought that it's only for me. Some of the channelings are only for us, because they help us ascend, they help us feel uplifted, they help us feel happy, they help us feel like we have, the masters are there with us. These are signs from masters. So I got, like that thought, that notion, got into that notion that this one is only for me. But when it kept repeating, I was like, how many times it's going to repeat? It's definitely not just for me. So this one is just not for me, but for everyone also. Okay. So the DM and DF have figured out that life is a journey. Life is a journey. They are co-travelers, but they are here to help each other out to reach home. And it's such an interesting journey that you don't even have to reach home to reach home. You can find home wherever you are. It's a very deep statement that I've made. I don't know how many of you will get it. But when they find home, the journey still goes on. So you can reach home without reaching home, before reaching home, and even after reaching home, the journey continues. But the journey has to continue with a smile and with gratitude. Because life is going to go on. Till the time you have, predestined timeline, everyone has that. And we all have already written the script of our life before we came here. So it is going to be full of happiness, it is going to be full of pain, there will be sadness, there will be sorrow. There will be all the three-dimensional things, all the karmic things, and world will keep changing. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, there is a saying that Parivartan hi sansar ka niyam hai, which means in English that change is the only constant thing, only constant factor. So it's always changing. The world is always in a flux, always becoming. So in this situation, we should not take anything personally, because if we take everything personally, we are going to suffer. This is what they both understand. Now, I want to share with you guys, I made some notes for this channeling, because some other mystical things have happened for this channeling too, so I took it very seriously. So, first of all, you need to understand, and both actually understand, so you need to understand it also, but both have understood as per the channeling, that a karmic relationship is different from a twin flame relationship. That's how they figure it out. Okay? Now, everybody's dream is to have a relationship full of happiness. Nobody wants a sad relationship. Even though people say, I am in a serious relationship, but nobody wants to be in a serious and boring relationship. Everyone wants to be in a fun and happy relationship. But a karmic relationship is a very unhealthy relationship. It might start with a bang, it might be very amazing in the beginning, it might have all the signs of your twin flame relationship also. There will be some spiritual talks, there will be some very strong attraction you feel for this person, you will be complimenting each other, you won't be able to, be without each other, blah blah blah. But with time you will realize that there will be grudges. Even your twin flame partner plays out the karmic template at first because they are not healed. But the karmic template is also played out with other people. In simple word, it means that till the time both twin flames have codependencies and karmic entanglements, they will play it out to each other also. But with each other, they cannot tolerate it, right? Because they take each other for granted and they felt some kind of love which they have not felt before. It's a push and a pull. It's like you just look at that person's face and a smile comes on your lips. And sometimes you don't even have to say anything and you understand how much they love you. So many a times this stage comes. They know they cannot live without each other. But then, because they have all these karmic templates also, they start getting a bit addicted about it. And then ego comes in the picture. And then self-respect gets hurt. And all those things happen. And then blame game happens. And then they both are stuck up and stubborn in one thing. And then the worst nightmares come out, which are the fear of rejection and the fear of abandonment. At the same time, some of the masculines have fear of commitment, so the feminines will also show it somehow. And the fear of loss normally is not played out in twin flame because they feel they have each other. But yeah, in karmic templates, definitely it can play out. Or if you want to check yourself, if you're feeling really low and upset, just check yourself with these 4 things. In case you're feeling any of these fears, abandonment, loss, rejection or commitment, you could be going through a karmic entanglement. So you can just come out of it and you can just tell yourself, hey, everything is temporary, any which way, not anything. And anything can happen. I was going to say the first one, and anything can happen. Yeah. Anything can happen any which way. Life is unpredictable and at the same time things are temporary. And this is a temporary life. But if I have unconditional love for someone, I can never get separated from them. You also realize in the twin flame journey that most of the things are dimensional mentally also. Because if you're not happy in your heart and mind, you cannot be happy no matter what. So when initially the DM and DF are fighting with each other, they are fighting because they have a lot of wounds and they are not happy by just the things that happen in their life, right? But when they get into karmic relationships or karmic entanglements or karmic templates, then they realize that the things with my twin flame are far more real. And no matter what happens, this is the one person I want to work it out with. Even if I am happy or unhappy, whatever happens, I am going to be responsible for it. I will not blame my twin flame for it. Okay? So what do they learn? The beautiful lesson of life that there will be sadness, there will be happiness, but we are going to remain the same. When I say we are going to remain the same, we are not going to change, does not mean that you are never going to improve. I am talking about equanimity. We are going to remain equanimous, whether it's a happy situation or it's a bad situation. When you are equanimous within, when you are balanced within, everything will happen on its own because you will not be the doer anymore. At the same time, they are both feeling a lot of gratitude for each other because they realize that such a long time has passed by, or so many months have passed by. I'm not gonna tell you the time frame, guys, because this is not a personal session. If you want a personal session, if you want a personal reading or counseling or therapies, you know that you can check out the description box. In the description box, all the details are given. Once you go through it, you can write to me on my email address, thesunamoon@gmail.com. If you plan to take a therapy with me, then you need to share a lot of things about your life, so many things about your life. Sometimes it's sad, sometimes it's happy, but you have to share it. And then we will discover many of your wounds, heal those wounds, and then that could lead to a 5D union, which could lead to a 3D union, because without a 5D union, without a 5D union, 3D union is not possible. But if you are taking a reading session from me, then please do not share everything about your journey with me beforehand. Only the questions are supposed to be shared. Why? Because I have to say this on all the channelings, because still people share sometimes unknowingly or knowingly, I don't know why. But if you share everything with me, then how will I do an honest reading? As an intuitive reader and as a reader who is going into the tarot cards to get the answer, the best is if I don't know anything about you at all. Then I will not be biased, then I will not have some favoritism, then I might not say, oh, I love this person's story, this is such a nice, beautiful story, and I should do extra help for them. That could be wrong. Or sometimes I might say, oh, their stories does not look like a twin flame story to me. So I don't want to form any preconceived notions before the reading, but we will surely discuss your journey during the reading. Alright? Anyway, so both of them realize this and they figure out that through the nature of things and through their own nature, they realize that when they look around in the planet, everything is changing. But at the same time, they don't complain. Those people who complain are human beings, especially the karmic ones. They always complain. They are never happy. Okay? And they never do anything for anyone. And that's why they're stuck in the cycle of life and death. But if you look at a beautiful tree which is full of fruits, and there are people who are throwing stones at the tree to get the fruit down, to bring the fruit down. There's a ripened mango, or a fresh apple, or a beautiful orange color, and people are throwing sticks and people are throwing stones to bring it down for themselves to enjoy it or eat it. But does the fruit cry in pain or complain, or does the tree complain? No, they don't complain. They still smile and they still say, here, I offer you my service, I give you whatever I can. Okay? Maybe even if they are abusing you or getting angry, you can't hear it. Let's put it that way. But yes, they are always there to be there for us. If you take a tree's fruit, the tree doesn't die. The tree doesn't stop giving fruits. That's another point I want to come to. Sometimes, you can't reach to the tree. Sometimes it's not possible for you. or you bring down some fruits but they are not ripened yet, and you say, what sour fruits, what bad fruits, I didn't even enjoy it, or I couldn't even reach. Does the tree stop doing its work then? No. Right? So in the twin flame journey, for all twin flamers, this is a common lesson. People will say mean things to them, people will be negative at them. Not just people, even the dark forces, they don't want twin flames to be together. They don't want true lovers to come together. So they'll always keep putting dark energies on their path in different formats, in different ways. But if you continue to practice equanimity of the mind, nothing can budge you. So they see that there are some kids, they are plucking flowers from the plants, but the flowers are still laughing and smiling and happy. They still have the fragrance. The plant is not complaining, hey, why are you taking my flower away? Similarly, when we go to a pond or we go to a lake or we go to a beach, we enjoy in the water, we do so many things, we play the games. Do they get disturbed? No. Now, another beautiful example is from the sunlight. We see that the sun has a certain amount of heat. That heat falls onto everyone. Human beings, as well as plants, as well as animals, as well as water bodies. Now for the plants, they need it as food, so it's photosynthesis happening for them. Even for the water, when the hotness increases, the water turns into vapor, it turns into steam, it goes into the sky, it goes higher and higher and higher and becomes a cloud. And then from the cloud, it comes back as water again and fills other water bodies. So there is always a beautiful progression going on, some process is going on in the nature. So similarly, we are also nature beings, and when we ascend or when we become more and more authentic, we create the same type of nature in us. We don't stop doing things because things are not favorable or there are challenges, or whether people are happy or whether people are sad, or whether there is happiness around us or sorrow around us, we are still smiling. And when I say smiling, I mean equanimous. Okay? So whatever situation comes, whether it's day or whether it's night, no matter how strong duality is in front of us, we are always in union energies. We are always feeling the unity from duality to singularity, and woken up identities, and woken up identities, and woken up identities. Then they both also realize one more thing, very important lesson, which is to do with codependency. Most people who are in karmic relationships, they feel that the only thing that matters to them is their love life. Like I've seen some very clingy husband, wives, boyfriend, girlfriends who just wake up in the morning and then they sleep in the night, but it's all about the relationship. All their fights, all their happiness, all their moods, all their work, everything depends around the relationship. That's a karmic relationship. And not even relationship, but love life, romance. They act as if they cannot survive without each other, which is why they are very possessive also, which is why they are jealous, and they cannot even tolerate anyone talking to their partners. They play a lot of games which are full of control, like either I control you or you control me or whatever it is. So they don't grow and they don't learn from those relationships, okay? But the DM and the DF are so sweet in this channeling. They are saying that I don't mind having a shorter life or one day less in my life, but I just want to have unconditional love. And they both have realized that this unconditional love or this type of equanimity can only be experienced when you are in the present moment. The moment you are out of the present moment, you will be falling in the blame game pattern, you will be prolonging your fights, and the worst thing is that you will have lots of grudges, selfishness, and again the fears will come up like fear of rejection, abandonment, blah blah blah. So they feel that I don't mind living a life which is not very fancy, not very materialistic. I'm okay to live a simple life, but I want to live my life full of love. Okay? And I want to live in the present moment always. If anything goes wrong between you and me, then I will take the ownership, and both of them are saying that I'm going to be responsible for my trigger, for my problem. Alright? And that's how life will keep going on and on and on and on and on. And we will keep smiling no matter what the situation is. Now they're also saying that there are many times it happens we feel that people who are gone forever will never come back. But that's not true. We don't stop loving them, and in some cases, and especially I will say this in twin flame journey and ascension work, I cannot say this to karmic people because they ask such silly questions. Like, honestly, it sometimes makes me really this is not a twin flame dynamic, guys. In twin flame relationship, we have very strong mental relationships, and we understand that mental efforts or mental practice has a far bigger effect on your 3D life, and your 3D life is actually just a 3D life. Your real life is your 5D life that you have with your own. So your relationship, the best relationship you have is with you. Alright, so even the sun sets, it will come out again. Even the stars come out in the night, they go away in the day, but in the night they come again. So if your love is true, true, then you can never get separated. Thinking that you're separate is an illusion, a delusion and an illusion. Don't live in this illusion. If you know who's your twin flame, if that person is your twin flame, then you can never be separate. You will keep coming back to each other. And this is not the keep coming back like the cycles or the runner chaser. It means that you might have to do your own things, bro. You have your own life. You can't be so clingy, man. You have to have your own goals, your own dreams you work on, especially your purpose, and especially your mission. You need to remember that this life is a mission-oriented life, not a 3D life where you're supposed to do all the 3D boring things. If you want to do 3D things, then be with a karmic partner. Why be with a twin flame? Alright? So on this note, I will be closing this beautiful channeling session, which I really enjoyed personally as well as while sharing it. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out. And yes, this channeling actually helped me in a very big way. I have to say this. And I hope the same energy is shared with everyone. So yes, once again, one love and peace out.